What the fuck is up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of Tony's Corner. Today, we will be discussing my favorite movie of all time, Martin Scorsese's 2006 masterpiece, The Departed. This film, and most people don't know this, is a remake of the Hong Kong classic Infernal Affairs. With an all-star cast, only Boston could have written it. And Scorsese's signature intense rush, of course, The Departed won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and dude, nearly 2 decades later, we are still talking about this. I mean, it's a masterpiece. So grab something to drink because if you couldn't tell, I absolutely love this film and I have been dying to unpack this unforgettable piece of cinematic storytelling. What is The Departed? Well, it's set in Boston, where the Irish mob, led by the evil as fuck Frank Costello, played by the legendary Jack Nicholson, is caught in a years-long game with the Massachusetts State Police. But guess what? Yeah, this isn't your typical cops versus criminals movie. The meat of this monster lies in its dual infiltration premise. You've got Billy Costigan, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, my personal favorite actor of all time, who is a rookie cop who goes deep undercover to infiltrate Costello's crew. Sounds like enough, but then there's Colin Sullivan, played by Matt Damon, a rising star in the police force who's secretly Costello's mole, and Damon plays this role so fucking well. Both men are living double lives, constantly on the edge of exposure and living like today is their last day. What makes this setup so gripping that it grabs you? Well, honestly, I think that it's kind of like the morals that are in question. There's no clear hero or villain here. Everyone's compromised. Scorsese creates a world where loyalty is a myth and survival depends on how well you can lie. The plot moves like a chess game, literally, and with every move, raising the stakes. And let me tell you, the twist, especially that gut punch ending, hit just as hard today as they did in 2006. So, what are the strengths that elevate The Departed to classic status? Well, I guess we should break it down. The cast and performances, obviously. First, the assemble cast. It's a murderer's row of talent, dude. We got Leonardo DiCaprio delivering one of his career-defining roles as Billy. While paranoid and stressed beyond belief, he is slowly unraveling under the pressure of his undercover role. You can feel this anxiety in every glance, every bead of sweat. Now, Matt Damon as Colin, he's perfect. Smooth, calculating. I mean, he's hiding his treachery behind that charming fucking smile. The contrast between their characters and the film's emotional core, dude, it's crazy. It really plays like spy versus spy almost. They are what really lead this movie. But then there's Jack Nicholson as Frank Costello. He's crazy, but a tad bit cartoonish, which I absolutely enjoy. With lines like, I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me. Are pure Nicholson. And they stick with you. Now, the supporting cast, we got Mark Wahlberg, we got Martin Sheen, we got Alec Baldwin, Vera Farmiga, whose name I can never pronounce properly. They just bring a whole new level to the table. This is a perfect movie through and through, all around, I should say. Fun little fact, by the way, Wahlberg was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, if you couldn't tell. It's crazy he didn't win it, dude. That shit's wild to me. Scorsese's direction is another thing. You got to remember, he was at the top of his game here, right? After years of being snubbed by the Academy, he finally won Best Director for The Departed, and it's no mystery why. With an assembled cast and loaded with a killer soundtrack, dude, songs like the Rolling Stones' Give Me Shelter and Dropkick Murphys' I'm shipping up to Boston. Sorry, that was terrible. I know. They're not just background music, fellas. Okay, they're part of the film's DNA. It's what the juice is. Scorsese also plays with visuals, right? Such as rats, a reoccurring symbol of betrayal that adds layers to the story. Another positive thing for the strengths anyway is the themes and the writing. The screenplay is on another level, man. The dialogue just bleeds with Boston's blue-collar lingo and movement. But beyond the fun and the laughter, the film digs into big themes: identity, betrayal, and the cost of living a lie. Both Billy and Colin are trapped in their roles, and the film asks, can you ever escape who you truly are? And of course, you got the love triangle of Vera Farmiga's Madeline, a police psychiatric who, this adds another layer. It just shows how personal relationships can get tangled in a web of deception, specifically this one. What's remarkable is how The Departed balances these heavy ideas with relentless entertainment. It's a thriller that makes you think about preaching, oh, how I love that. You know what I mean? Dudes, it's been 20 years, nearly 20 years later, and I can promise you that this movie stands the test of time. For one, Its themes are timeless in an era where trust in institutions, whether it's law enforcement, government, or even personal relationships, is shaky. The film's exploration of deception feels like this hits home. Am I right? I mean, the idea of living a double life also hits home in our hyper connected world where people literally create personas online while hiding their true selves. The film's intensity also holds up against modern films of its kind. Like that elevator scene, if you know, you know, it still hits hard. Another factor is its cultural impact. You guys got to understand that until The Departed, there was no Boston crime genre, really. I mean, this is what paved the way for films like Gone Baby Gone, The Town, Black Mass, so on and so forth. It's extremely quotable, too. I couldn't tell you how often I quote this movie in my daily life at work. Quotes like, maybe, maybe not, maybe fuck yourself, are part of the pop culture lexicon for sure. Don't take my word for it, though. Even directors today cite The Departed when it comes to brainstorming a future hit. It's a reminder of what a master filmmaker can do with a great script and a stellar cast. I gotta be honest, guys, this is one of those movies that it's so hard to find anything about it that is negative. It's hard to find anything about it that I don't like. I mean, I've watched this movie a million times over the years, and I gotta be honest with you guys. Realistically, there's some minor, like things, there's some small things I would complain about, but that's really it. Is it perfect? Yes. Yes, it is. Like I said, I can't find anything in this piece of art to complain about. And that is very fucking hard to accomplish. Typically, I will come across a perfect movie with some issues, but this just isn't one of them. Some critics, argue that Jack Nicholson's performance can feel a little out of sync with the tones of DiCaprio and Damon. I guess there's also those who like to cop a fit whenever we talk about Vera's role. She is great as Madeline, but her role is underdeveloped compared to the men. Justifiable complaint, but not enough to destroy the reputation of this movie. The Departed is one of the greatest achievements in cinematic history. It plays like the perfect novel being adapted faithfully for the big screen. It's the kind of film you can rewatch a million times. That's me. And still find something new. Or as if you hadn't seen it before. You know what I mean? This is the movie that I can say I'm able to watch over and over again and would like to still play it like it was a film I'd never seen before. I could never get tired of this one. And you won't either. That's why you should revisit this fucking movie. Have you seen The Departed? What did you think? Comment below and let me know. Thanks, guys, again for watching another segment of Tony's Corner. And be sure to like and subscribe. Oh, and before I go, of course, we got to rate this movie, right? What will we rate this movie? Well, for those of you that know me, I have like a 4-list tier. I'm not going to spend the time going too into it. If you are that interested, check out my other videos. But I'm ranking this one with the top tier, which is really hard to get for me. This movie will go down in history as legendary, meaning this is a 5-star film. Guys, if you have not seen The Departed, do yourself a favor. Go out and watch it. It is a movie that not only has something for everybody, but it does something to you. This is one of those movies that I think that after rewatching it a bunch of times, it grows on you. Right? For me personally, this was a movie that upon the first watch, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with it, mostly because it was long. Back in my day, man, 2 hours, 2.5 hours was a long fucking movie. Nowadays, that's like a cakewalk considering every movie is 3 or 4 hours long. I will say that it took me a minute to get into it, but once I got into it, man, it's like nothing now. I mean, it is one that I actually did not plan on reviewing for you guys. This review was inspired by my Martin Scorsese ranking that I did, and I was like, you know what? There's a ton of movies on this list that I absolutely fucking fall for, and I've never really discussed them. This was one of them. I was kind of saving this for like not necessarily a rainy day, but more of like this was going to be a passion project where I would have better visuals in the background so I could talk about it in a much happier, more kind-hearted, energetic way, in a sense, rather than just, in my little setup. But we do with what we have. So thank you guys for watching again. The Departed, have you seen it? Comment below and let me know. If you haven't seen the OG, the film that it's a remake of, Infernal Affairs, I do recommend watching that too. I've seen it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. The Departed, obviously is better in my opinion. But thanks guys for watching Tony's Corner. I will see you guys hopefully sooner and not in another fucking 2 weeks. But thank you guys for keeping this machine rolling.